Good morning, good afternoon, happy Monday. A pretty good way to start the week. Went 5 for 5 today. I'm going to break down exactly how you trade in markets like this where there might only be one good opportunity, but how do you even find the right opportunity? And on that one opportunity, how do you even find the right entries? Well, we're going to break it down in this video because today there really was only one A-plus opportunity that I found after market open, and I traded the best that I could. I've got about 4 wins on it this morning, despite it being a little bit choppy. So going into today, I was watching a few setups. We had NIVF, CLNN, LNAI, and ended up playing one that wasn't even on the list on M&DR. Now, going into this morning, though, I'm sure you noticed a couple of stocks out there. You had CNSP and NIVF, which were blocked by brokers that use Apex Clearing. So TradeZero, Webull, unsure of what others, I'm sure, blocked NIVF and CNSP today. But what I'll tell you is something's funky, right? Because for the last few years, this was never really an issue on Webull. You just knew if a stock's moving, I can probably trade it on Webull. This was never really an issue until lately. So I feel like there's more going on behind the scenes with Apex Clearing lately. And I think a lot of these brokers soon, they're going to have to wake up and realize that people are going to be leaving their platforms if they don't somehow stick it to Apex and say, look, people are trying to trade these stocks. There's 103 tickers, which are, or at least there were 103 tickers, which were blocked from trading, right? Liquidation only. You know what? I didn't like NIVF or CNSP today. Whenever they are blocked liquidation only, they trade kind of funky because that's a large, portion of liquidity brought away from it. So in any case, going out of market open, I was pretty much waiting for something new because we had NIVF, we had CLNN, which never did anything. The game plan here was to watch it over VWAP. As you can see, over 850, it never happened. Never got over VWAP. We were watching LNAI, which I do have a trade on today for a very small win. We're going to talk about that a little bit later. And NIVF, of course, I didn't trade. This thing looked like crap out of market open. This was the one that was liquidation only. And left this one alone. Of course, it didn't trade clean at all. It's pretty much, it's what, flat in the morning now? Or close to it. So the one that got setting up was M&DR. This started hitting the scanners early on, and as much as I was a little bit apprehensive at first because price action was kind of funky, I knew it looked good. It was the best thing we had. It looked good, and it just had a good look, right? So let's talk about what I mean by sort of. So we get opening up on this, and we have this first sort of stair-steppy move up into the open. So we flush under VWAP out of the open. Price then gets bought back up aggressively. I nail the first pullback, and I get to move up here to the top of the range, up into the pre-market high, the high right before market open. So the first trade that I've got from 125 back to 135 on a simple VWAP reclaim. So reclaim VWAP, of course, from the entry, risking off of the previous candle's low for the move back up into the high before market open. We pull back. Of course, at this point, I'm watching for dips, either the break above this 135, I believe it's 135 high, or watching for pullbacks off trendline support, where we have, of course, these higher lows, as you can see here. And so nail the entry there, risking off of trendline support, off of the 20 moving average. If price was to have cracked the 20, that would give me, you can see 125 entry, risking about 119. So I'm risking about 5-6 cents a share of risk for the move back up into the previous high. Now, where I grabbed the entry here, I was really wanting to see this get squeezing up through these highs where I could then add back for the breakup higher, which didn't happen until later, and then it traded super ugly. So it pulls back under VWAP again, but what I know is out of market open where it flushes, we find a big buyer underneath VWAP here, so I know that I've got buyers stepping in here. Well, the same thing again happens. Big buyers step in again underneath the 20 EMA, and so it puts in place this sort of double bottom here, and I'm watching for the break back above where I know we have range back up into the previous high again. So what do? I take an entry risking off of the lows here. So again, I've got entry at 122, stops at 117, so 5 cents a share of risk. 5 cents a share of risk for the range back up into the highs to 135. So I've got about, 13 cents a share of reward and 5 cents a share of risk. A little bit over 2-1 risk to reward. So looking nice, right? So I get the move, of course, as this candle breaks above VWAP, I get my stops raised to the bottom of the entry candle. As the next candle breaks above, get my stop loss raised to VWAP, and so on and so forth, make it risk-free. Take a full exit underneath the highs as I look for the break above, which it ends up breaking above, and where I really wanted to get an add back was, again, the break of that high, but again, it began to hesitate. We have this topping tail here. I leave it alone. It is kind of ugly off these highs, so I don't take it here. And then I miss this move, and then same thing happens again. I miss this move. I end up playing the break of the high of day a little bit later. You can see here I played the break of the high of day, and that worked out nice. You can see I played it there pretty quick from 158 to about 166. Quarter size position, but all through here was really where a bulk of the profit was made this morning. Super happy with it. I've got 4 wins on it, but you can see left alone all 3 here because we had no range left. Range here was to 180 on the daily chart. And this thing just traded really funky. And it's one of those things where it's like, it's very easy to sort of question yourself. And it's like, why do I not like this? If somebody else likes this, why do I have a lack of conviction here? Why do I not like price action, but so-and-so does? You can't think that way. You really can't think that way. And it's easy to, especially if you're new. You don't trust your gut. And so it's one of those, when I miss this move here, it's like, oh crap, I missed the move. I should have done this. I should have done that. If somebody else liked it, I didn't, right? You can't force somebody else's conviction to work for you. You can't trade somebody else's conviction. So nonetheless, traded it well, did what I could with what I had. Only other thing that I had today was LNAI. Nothing else really got moving today. So I had my 4 wins there, went on over to LNAI, and I left some money on the table for the same exact reason. Price action kind of stunk, and I had the right entry, spot on. You can see here I was looking for the move back up into the highs from pre-market, and of course we have this sort of area of supply stacked overhead from pre all up through this range. But with all that being said, it made the exact move I was looking for the break of it of 40 cents. Sadly, though, it kind of spooked me out. It's late in the morning, 10:40. I'd only had 1 stock that I traded so far today. My fear is I'm going to give back profits. And so we have these flat tops formed here off of VWAP. We finally break above. Price pulls back. I nail an entry for the break up higher. What do you know? Kind of a turd. So it is what it is. I got a couple cents a share out of this. I would have loved to have had the move up through 40. Would have been awesome. M&DR was very nice, though. The only one that I could really do anything with today. The biggest thing is just trusting yourself, right? Don't worry about if somebody else says, well, this thing is rating so clean. How do you not like this? It's so annoying. You have the peanut gallery talking in your ear saying, well, how do you not like this? What do you not? Ignore it. Trust yourself. Trust what you like. Just have confidence in what you have conviction in. That's it. Right? What somebody else likes, you might not like, and vice versa. That's just trading. Right? That's trading. So do what works for you. Trust what works for you. Trust what you feel. And don't go force on something that you think that you should like just because somebody else does. Anyways. That's today's recap, kind of a short one, not really a whole lot out there today to talk about, but some really good trades today on M&DR. I'm super happy with it. And also, I want to show off y'all real quick. As you know, we released the new journaling app last week. Y'all are crushing it. We're going to have a competition every month, and y'all are doing an awesome job so far. Need to see y'all get your trades up in here, though. So far, Mr. Jim Rat Energy is in first place with $500 so far in the first 2 days of the month. But good job nonetheless. Make sure to get your trades tossed over here. The scanner is also doing outstanding. It caught CNSP down there at $2 this morning. I'm just super grateful myself to be in a position now to where I can provide so many tools to everybody and just all in one place, right? This is all included in the 7-day free trial. The live trading stream, the alerts, the watch list, it's all right here in just one place. So come try it out. Let me know how you like the tools. Hopefully you find them pretty useful. So far, a lot of good feedback. So all that being said, make sure to comment down below how you did today. Hopefully you had a pretty good day out there in the market. And make sure to start your 7-day free trial in the description down below. Try out the new scanner, the journal, everything else we offer. Let me know how you like it. That way I can make these things as good as possible. And that being said, I will see y'all there.